He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Nappily Ever After. It was a movie that is on Netflix starring Sanaa Lathan. Lynn Whitfield is in it. And a couple of people that I can't remember right now, but it was a movie nevertheless. It came out on Netflix on Friday, I believe, and I just watched it today because I chose to not review anything on Saturday. I took a whole little day off after I did a 2.5 hour live on Friday. So I hope you all are happy to be tuned in, and let's get it together. But if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a Jaybird. Yes, we have an official name for Jaylee's Corner subscribers. You are not called subscribers. You are Jaybird. That is our moniker now. Jaybirds. No, BIRDS. Yes, right. So thank you to my Jaybirds. Thank you to Kay Townsend, who was the third nail in the coffin for making the name. I thought the name before. My mom thought the name before. And Kay said it on the live on Friday. So that meant we are Jaybirds. I do love the name. And do not forget to also hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I have new videos up. So I watched the movie. It was about an hour and a half long. I liked it. It was certain parts as I was watching it, I was laughing really. It was, but let's just kind of go through it. I do have notes about the movie, so I will. If you have not seen it already, it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. But as I was watching, I was just like, ew. I feel like, and I don't realize if Sanaa even realized this, but Sanaa Lathan also played in this movie called Something New. And in the movie Something New, she played a girl who always wore her hair straight. She meets this, white man or whatever, something new, and she changes her hair. So it reminded me a little bit of that movie, just a little bit, not all the way, but a lot of the way. But they both were still good movies, but I wonder if she realized how those movies could be, looked at as, oh, they were kind of the same, but not the same, but kind of the same. So her mom was played by Lynn Whitfield. So we see in the beginning, when she's a little girl, her mother, is always straightening her hair. You have to always look prim, proper, and perfect. And just straight. I don't know why my camera just did that. My camera cut off out the blue for no goddamn reason and just pissed me off. But we gonna keep it moving. So as I was saying, her mom put in her hair that, she always has to look prime, proper, and her hair has to always look right. So we see a little scene of her at the pool as a kid, and all the other kids is playing in the pool, and because her hair is pressed, she can't get in the pool, but she's standing around like, oh, I just want to get in the pool. And so she then decides to jump in the pool, okay? The caution to the wind and just jump in the pool. And as her mom sees her about to want to jump in the pool, Vi, don't do it. Vi, don't do it. And she jumps in anyway. Of course, her and the little white boy, whatever. And it was all fun, her and the kids. And then when she comes up, the little white boy happens to say, what happened to your hair? You look like a chia pet. And the kids say, chia. I had a chia pet when I was younger. And I'm like, it was just her natural hair. Her hair got wet and it curled up. So we then see, flash forward scene to where she's an adult. She's living in her own house or whatever. She wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make herself look pretty for her cute boyfriend, Dr. Cute Clint or whatever. And we see not only that, her mom has came to her house at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Why? To press her hair. Because it's her birthday, she's having a birthday dinner later, and she assumes that he is proposing to her because she has found a little Tiffany box, a little ring box in his pocket. So she, he gonna propose. So they're trying to get everything all perfect and together for her to be proposed to. But the fact that her mama came to her house at 5 a.m. to press her hair. I was like, girl, really? Okay. So she gets back in the bed, it's still early, and she looks perfect. He wakes up, her boyfriend Clint wakes up, and he looks at her. And I felt like he looked at her hair first. I said to myself, probably because he smelled burnt hair. Because when you get your hair pressed, it's a smell to it. Okay, it's a whole smell to pressed hair. And if you get your hair pressed or blow dried or whatever, it does have a smell to it. You have to let that smell kind of wander off. So I said he probably was just close up to her hair follicles, and that burnt hair woke his ass up. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, you're perfect. So he kissed her, whatever, happy birthday. And then they start getting nasty with it. And she's so concerned with her hair that while he's trying to, just be free and run his finger through her hair because he's on top or whatever, she keeps moving his hands away from her hair. I'm like, your hair is straight for a reason, girl. My thing is, most people who don't want a man to run their finger through their hair are women who have weaves, because you don't want the weave to come out, or wig to come off or whatever. But I mean, if that's your natural hair and you just got it pressed, let that man run his fingers through your hair. But she does not do that. So she then said, you know what, let me get on top, because she's like, if I get on top, I can prevent him from, trying to play with my hair. So she gets on top, and then he still is trying to reach up and play with her hair, and then her shirt is acting real weird. She still is trying to prevent him from running his fingers through her hair. For me, I'm like, I can't be with if I was a man, because I'm a woman, so I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? When I can speak from a woman's perspective, you enjoy a man running his fingers through your hair. That's a part of sex, the truth be told. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just do it. It's not a big deal. But you know what I'm saying? I have a different hair texture, so for me it might be different. But I mean, she had straight hair, so it was straight enough for me to get his fingers through it. But of course, she just not like that. So we see how she goes to work. As she's walking, everyone's looking at her, because of course she looks great, because she has this long, pretty, silky, straight hair. For me, these little moments was things that I was like, okay, you putting a little bit too much emphasis on how a woman with long, pretty hair that's straightened gets all this attention. I just thought it was funny. I mean, it could. Well, she's also a beautiful woman too, but that to me was like, okay, whatever. Even the whole thing in the beginning of her as a kid wanting to get in the pool, but you can't get in the pool because your hair has to be straightened. I mean, no. When I was a kid, I didn't have a perm as a kid. My mom didn't let us perm my hair until I was in, I think, middle school, when I was able to get a perm in my head. But I would still go swimming, because I always had a nice texture of hair, so I could do it either way. And I feel like my mom took care of our hair enough to where we could wear it different ways. We can wear it perm, straight. We can wear it naturally, wavy and curly. We can do it either way we want to do it. But whatever. So, when she gets to work, she's so into her hair that her assistant is quoting the weather, the precipitation, the humidity, all that things. And then she says, okay, well then I can have lunch on the patio. Let the girls know. She bases her girl. And for me, I guess I just could not connect with that, because again, I have a different texture of hair. But even when I go, that's why I say in the summer I don't get my hair pressed, because it ain't gonna last. So, and I know I'm gonna want to get in the shower. I know I'm going to want to do different things based on the weather. So I got it to a certain extent, but I'm like, your assistant should not be up here quoting you the dang on weather for your hair. So she goes to be with her friends, and she has two particular friends who she's meeting with. How she's happy that she's going to get engaged tonight and all this stuff. So then when they're leaving their little lunch or whatnot, it's some kids playing with the water hose, washing the car or whatever, and they're playing, and then they accidentally douse her with the water. So her hair, her nicely pressed hair, gets all naturally curly. And the killing part about it was, when her hair got wet and curly, I liked it. I said, girl, it's cute. It's versatile. Okay, it's the same way as when y'all see me on here, my hair's up in a bun, but when I wash my hair and I let it air dry, y'all see, it's my natural curls or whatnot. So, because I don't have a perm. I haven't had a perm in 2-3 years. I stopped getting perms. So yeah, I'm like, girl, bye. So she's trying to call her mom. Mom, I need your help, because she wants her mom to come press her hair. Her hairstylist she can't not get an appointment with her hairstylist, and she's calling her mom, like, Mom, I need you. So her friend then says, I'll call my stylist. I'm pretty sure that she can get you in. Like, I'll pay her $200. I just give me in. So she gets to the salon or whatever. And then I'm like, this is another part. I was like, okay, you're going a little bit too far. So we see the male character who we know is a guy she dates on later on in the movie. And it's a woman in his chair. Because he's a salon owner. And he's also a hairstylist. And we see a woman in his chair who has natural hair and is shorter. And she's saying, I can't believe I let you talk me into this. This looks horrible. And he's like, no, it doesn't. It looks great. She's like, no, it doesn't. Because men, black men or men love, long, straight hair. And he grabbed her face and said, men love real women or real hair. Real something. And I was like, no, men love real women. And I was like, some men do, some men don't. You know what I'm saying? It's not, the way he said it was real, I'm a superhero for the hairstyle, for the black woman-esque. I was like, bro, you was hero adjacent, if you ask me, hero-esque. I'm like, the way he said it, black men love something real. Some black men want a fake ass, fake tits, weave, fake lashes, drawn on eyebrows, all that stuff, a face full of makeup. Some men do want real women who have their natural hair, who does not need any makeup and all that things. But some don't. I'm like, the way he said it made me laugh. It did, because I feel like you can't make someone want to wear their hair a certain way because you feel like it's better. I feel like everyone should wear their hair how they see fit, as long as their hair is healthy. Okay? So we do see her, via Sonali's character, seeing him say that, and she like, whatever, because she was like, that ain't true. And it's true to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Some men do, some men do not. So when a little girl is like sweeping the salon up and she see Sanaa sitting there, she knows Sanaa done paid this lady $200 to come do her hair. You could have fed a family in Somalia for that amount of money you paid for your hair. And she like, little girl, where's your mama? Well, she not here. So a whole back and forth banter between her and this little girl, who we then find out is the daughter of the dude who was the goddamn natural hair superhero. So, but I'm like, first of all, I was told the little girl, first of all, little strange little girl, don't count my money. Okay? Don't count my pockets, little strange little girl. Go ahead on somewhere. But, she brings up how, Sanaa's character brings up how when she's been taken to the chair, if that was me, my mom would have popped me in my mouth if I had all that mouth talking with my hair looking all messed up like that. Because the little girl has natural hair. Okay? And so the little girl hears Sanaa say how her hair looks ugly and it's messed up and it looks crazy or whatever. And I'm like, Sanaa, you wrong as hell, because again, straight hair don't mean it's cute. I know a lot of people who have straight hair and it's ugly. Okay? It's ugly because it's not healthy. Let's just say that. So I'm like, that was not like, and she's a kid. But again, her and the kid was kind of going back and forth and whatnot. So, it happens. So we then see Sanaa sitting up under the dryer and she's hot. Now see, when I first seen her hot, I'm like, okay, maybe they're just representing how when we under the dryer at the salon, how our stylists have us up under that damn salon chair hair dry thing for 18 hours, burning our neck, burning our ears. It's just hot. You just feel like your whole head gonna fall off. It's gonna melt to the heavens, and God gonna say, welcome my child. It's just hot. So I assumed she was showing how it's hot under there. And then I'm like, well, no, she like fanning. I'm like, I don't be fanning myself when I'm under there. Like, you just kind of stay in the heat. So she's like, I think I'm ready to be washed out now. She's like, you got another 7 minutes in your your condition treatment, the little wash bowl lady. And then she's like, now please, because she's like, I'm like, oh, her hair is hot. I'm like, was she getting a perm? Because you don't sit up under the dryer with no perm. You don't do that. You do not do that with a perm. You can do that with a color, okay, but not no perm. So, they're washing her hair out, and the girl like, and Sanaa's hair is coming out. She's like, oh, girl. So they're like, oh my God. So she touched her hair coming out in clumps, because again, she had perm in her hair sitting up under a dryer for too damn long, which is why she kept on feeling like her head was hot. Her scalp was hot. And so now she's pissed off. Okay, she's early. How did you do this? Nah, bitch, how you do this? Okay, because she's upset. And then the girl like, I put conditioner in her hair. not the little girl with the shampoo lady. I put conditioner. She's like, no, you put perm, because the owner will come over and he smells the hair and he's like, that wasn't conditioner, that was relaxer. Like, what did you do? I put what Zoe gave me. Zoe's the little girl. The little girl gave. I would have beat the little girl ass. The little girl gave the girl perm and not conditioner. Now, see, this is the problem thing. This is why you can't have people who don't know what they doing in a salon. Even though you just a shampoo girl, the shampoo girl should know the difference between relaxer and conditioner. Relaxer has a whole chemical smell to it. Relaxer don't smell like non conditioner I use on my hair at all. I perm my hair myself. Perm has a distinct smell. And so does conditioner. Always smell not fruity, citrusy. You know, it's always like a little nice little citrus fruity smell to it. Like, it has a good scent. Okay, and if you have a conditioner that does not have a good scent, don't use it, because it's not good conditioner. Let's just say that. But I'm like, it's two different things. I'm like, I would have been pissed off that y'all have somebody in the salon who don't know the difference between the smell of a relaxer and the smell of a damn conditioner. So it's both y'all fault. But however, that little girl who purposely switched it, I'd have beat that ass. Okay, I would have birthed a baby and had the baby grow up and beat that ass, because I would have adopted a baby and had a baby beat that little girl ass, because you maliciously put perm in that girl hair. You can't be messing with a black woman's hair. Okay, you cannot do that, girl. And what if she? Because if you are, not only that, if you have, it makes your hair fall out. She could have already had a perm. She could have already got the color, and she's bald. Bald bitches. So of course she going off. I can't believe you would do that. You know, you need to get her. Where's her mother? Where's her mother? I'm like, her father birthday, so talk to the father. So is that whole thing. I'm like, okay, I get it. Well, y'all need to go down to the little weave store and give me the best weave and sew whatever you can sew into my head. So they give her a whole little nice weave. At a birthday party, she's again anticipating that her boyfriend is going to propose. This dude named Clint, who's a doctor, he's going to propose. So her mom's there, her dad is there. Now her parents, who had a whole nice little happy marriage when she was younger, are like separated right now, because the daddy didn't quit his job selling, I think, insurance to be a model. I said, Jesus Christ. He's an old elderly model. Her daddy is played by the dude he was in Ghostbusters. He was in The Hand that Rocked the Cradle, the black guy. He's been in so much stuff, but I can't think of his name. And he's a great, great actor. And I'm so mad that I can't think of that man's name. But he was a black man in Ghostbusters. You know who he is, okay? You know who he was on The Hand that Rocked the Cradle. He was a black guy who saved a little white girl from the crazy babysitter. Okay, that's who he is. So he is an elderly male model, is what I'm going to call him. But you know what I'm saying? He a little sexy little thing. You know what I'm saying? He a little cat daddy. Anyway, the daddy, like, you know, I have to leave. I have a shoot tomorrow or whatever. And no, don't leave, daddy, because Clint he has a toast. Because again, she don't want Clint to know that she know he proposing. My thing is, when Clint heard her daddy say he leaving, the fact that Clint didn't stop him means he might not be proposing. Not only that, I would assume if Clint wanted to marry her, he maybe would have talked to the daddy, but he ain't did that either. So I'm like, if Clint like let him leave, I don't think he's gonna propose. So daddy leave anyway. So, you know, he says how she's a great person, how she's so perfect, and I don't even know. He like, she wakes up every morning and she looks just as perfect as she did when she went to bed. He like, it's almost unnatural. When he said it's almost unnatural, I said, no, that was a dig. If you didn't catch a little bit of shade, that means he don't understand why you always look perfect. So like, we've been together for 2 years, and you know what I'm saying, I just, you know, let's do this, okay? No, here's your gift. What do you get the gift of a person who has everything, who's perfect? And she opens it, he gives her a little box. Oh, this is the happiest day of my life. And she opens it, it's a little, like a dog collar. And she's like, what is this? And he brings out another box. And in the other box is a dog. Little Lola. Okay, whole little Lola, whatever. And then she's like, oh. So of course she's sad. So when they're talking later, she like, I thought you were going to propose. And he's like, propose? You know, really? She's like, yes. You said I was perfect. You know what I'm saying? We've been together for 2 years. I want a husband, not a boyfriend. Like, I thought that's what you were doing. And he like, girl, but he also said that you was unnatural and how you be so perfect. So I'm like, but she didn't catch that. So then he explains why they are not ready for marriage. He brings up how, you know what I'm saying, I had to ask your assistant for all your favorite things, your favorite flower, your favorite music, your favorite this, and this. Like, I don't know anything about you besides the fact that you are beautiful. That's the most thing that I know. Like, we never, get buck wild in the shower. We never go out when you dance and have a drink. We never really laughed together and just, act silly together. And I feel like even though he was being a whole asshole, and when he brought it up, those are key factors in what makes relationships kind of work. You want to be able to laugh and have fun and giggle. If I can't laugh with you and be silly with you, I can't be with you. And so what he was saying was 100% factual and what a person should have in their relationship that worked. But it's like, you could have brought that up before today, bro. Like, all the way before today. He says, you are 24/7 perfect. And it's like, we've been on the first date for 2 years. And now I felt like this. Because at this point, she's crushed. Because he done broke all her love. He done hurt all her feelings. And I feel like you stayed on this first date for 2 years. And you ain't say shit until today. And if you maybe drop some hints, we don't know. We didn't see the past 2 years. But anyway, she is like, I can't believe this. But I'm like, he an asshole for saying all of that then. So she's like, you can leave now. We can stop wasting each other's time. He's like, seriously? She's like, well, yeah, the first date has to end sometime. And then he leaves. I'm like, okay. So from there, everything kind of goes downhill. She can't function right. She at work fucking up. She messed up her clothes. Her clothes don't look right. Earlier in the show, when she had her nice long straight hair, she was at work pitching on, because she's like an advertisement person. She's pitching on these great things or whatever. Now all of a sudden, because her man broke up with her, she's not getting engaged. She can't pitch something right. Her job said, take a couple days off, because you know what I'm saying, you're going through some things. So she goes to the mall to kind of do whatever, and she sees the little girl who put the perm in her hair, and the little girl in the mall stealing. So she tries to go stop the little girl from stealing, and she make her put the thing back, not knowing the girl got other stuff in her bag. So they still get stopped by security, which made the dad come down there, and the dad all pissed. But at least this is how they talk a little bit more. And she's like, well, don't be too hard on him, saying she learned a lesson, whatever. He like, I'm not gonna take advice from you about my daughter, because again, you was calling my daughter all kind of crazy things before, so girl, bye. So we see that whole thing, you know what I'm saying? And after that, when she's leaving the mall, she sees a happy couple, and the lady has blonde hair. So what does she do? Instead, because the lady had naturally curly hair and it was blonde, instead of when her hair natural, which I thought she would have done, nope, she goes blonde. Okay, a whole little blonde. So she's blonde hair now. Her friends are like, okay, that's cute, we guess. Let's go to the club. They go to the club, hanging out, because that's what you do with your friends. When you break up with someone, you and your girls go out, you put on your fucking girl dress, you go out and you dance and you have fun, you just let loose. So when she walks in the club, she falls, girl, and the white dude who see her picks her up and kind of helps her, whatever. Now they kicking in and talking. He like, yeah, whatever. So we see that whole thing. So they making out and stuff. They go back to his place, and they have like this whole weird drunken foreplay situation where they're kissing and whatever and all. And she like, yeah, I knew you would be wild. Your hair told me that you're wild and you like that. I'm like, she not, like, we ain't seen none of that. And so she's trying to embrace this whole new her with this whole new blonde hair, and she pouring honey all over him. And then as she's pouring the honey, she's lathering it up, she slips on the honey and they headbutt. And then he got a whole, you know what I'm saying, Ocho Cinco, Evelyn Lozada situation. It's a whole knot. So she realized, you know what, this is crazy, I'm gonna go home. So she's in the car. She's outside in the rain waiting for Uber. So her hair is getting wet. So her Uber gets there, and it's George Wallace, a comedian who I think is very, very funny. And when she's telling him what happened, he like, so he hurt your feelings, you broke up with him? And she's like, well, yeah, he hurt my feelings. He like, girl, look, he didn't kill you, he didn't rape you, he didn't beat you, he did not cheat on you. Like, you know, this is dumb. So as he's talking and whatever, she realized whatever he said made sense. Hey, take me to this address to do a job. So he dropped her off at the hospital because she's a doctor, and she's going in to find Clint. And when she's walking in, she see Clint sitting on the little outside eatery area, laughing and giggling and all close up to one of the other doctors. Okay, and she's like, this motherfucker here. Okay, this Negro here the fuck. And so when he see her, he like, oh, what do you do to your hair? Because her hair now was blonde and curly. Oh, so you changed it. So they talking. She's like, you know what? Just forget you ever saw me. Look, it's not what. She's like, you fucked her. You fucked her. Well, you told me to leave. She's like, yeah, I told you to leave, but you left without any kind of, you know what I'm saying, hesitation or any kind of conversation. You didn't even fight for me. You just left. And I see how much I meant to you. So I'm back. So she's gone. Okay, now she's at home drunk. Okay, she's drinking wine. She's packing boxes. She's backing up and shit. Okay, all of this while she's drinking and having a whole little moment. She crying and laughing, crying and laughing, and then she can't calm her hair. Trying to calm it. Can't calm it. Cause you know when your hair is wet and dried and you know a little curl, you know it's a little natural. It's hard to sometimes get a comb through it. So she's crying. She's crying because she can't calm her hair. She's crying because she said she's crying for all these reasons. So she has a whole drunken moment and she shaves her head. And as she's shaving her head, she's laughing, she's crying, she's laughing, she's crying. It was a little bit manic craziness of a moment of it was. It was a lot going on. But as she's shaving it off, the more she shaved it off, the more calm she felt, the more relaxed she felt, and it seemed that she felt a bit free. And then that probably was the liquor. And what I love about this is she had to really shave her head. So the fact that she did that, I felt like in some way that was even her real self plus the character. Because, you know, people go through things or whatever in life, and you know, things happen. So I loved how we really seen her shave her actual hair. Like, she actually had to color her hair blonde. Like, she had to color her hair blonde. She had to shave it off, let it grow back. You know what I'm saying? It was different stages. I loved that scene of her shaving it because I feel like that is exactly what a person would look like doing it. You know what I'm saying? For those, so that scene was absolutely great. Now the next morning, when she woke up and realized what she did, of course she's screaming, she panicking or whatever. Her mama get there. Her mama's so shocked, she passes out. She called her daddy over. Her dad like, you know, you can't keep calling me over here about your mama. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that. She's like, but what about me? What if I need you, Dad? And she's like, look at my hair. Look what I did to myself. He's like, that wasn't a mistake. That wasn't by accident. Like, that was supposed to happen. Like, you are still a beautiful person, and you'll be fine. You'll be perfectly. Look at me. You will be good. You'll be okay. And she will be. So now her hair is shaved, where earlier she had the long straight hair. She walked with confidence, looked like she had a whole little pep herself. She looked colorful. Like, now she look all sad and dull, like a knife that's been cutting sausages for. It's just what? But she looks like a dull ass knife. Like, it was just, she looked so mundane. Like, I'm just like, girl. And as she's walking, no one's paying any attention to her. She's so invisible that people are bumping into her. I'm like, she still, her head is bald. I'm like, well, you know, I was like, whatever. But, you know, she in the bathroom crying because she's so sad. And someone else comes in like, you know, I need to get in the bathroom. I need to get in the bathroom. Go use the men's room. She's like, well, I don't want to do that, but I really need the bathroom. Well, you know, I'm in it right now. And then she hear the lady on the outside crying, meaning you ain't the only one with problems, homegirl. She come out and the lady like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So they both in there crying or whatever. She's like, well, I was supposed to be engaged. I'm just so sad. And the lady, she said too, it's like, oh, that's a nice scarf on her head, because she has a whole scarf on her head. She's walking. She looked. The scarf didn't like. She didn't. Her clothes didn't even match. It was just weird. But the lady like, okay, she got a bald head, nice scarf. So she's like, you know what? You should come to my group. We know we could. She's like, no, I'm not really into talking to people about my problems. She's like, well, I'm a whole trainer. You talk to me, so it's okay. So she goes to the group, and when she sits down in the back, she realized it's a cancer survivors group. The lady thought that she was a cancer survivor because she was bald. I said, bitch, this is kind of crazy. It made me chuckle. It made me chuckle because it means the lady who she was fucking with was a cancer survivor, and you being mean because your boyfriend and you broke up and you shaved your head. So she tries to easily get out and leave, and they're like, well, you don't have to leave. You can. She's like, no, you know, I'm not supposed to be here. You know, this is all misunderstanding. She then said, like, well, no, what happened? Tell us what happened. I was supposed to get engaged. It didn't happen, and I shaved my head. it was that whole thing. So I'm not, y'all are so strong for what y'all endure, and this is just a whole misunderstanding. So the leader of the group said, when the first time my doctor told me that I was going, that I had cancer, the first question was, will I lose my hair? So let me see. Meaning, we all had that same thing about losing our hair and how we would look with no hair. And you hear with that scarf on, like, how do you look? And so she took her scarf off. She was like, girl, bye. Own the look. Like, you can't walk around looking like a whole goddamn black and white cartoon. Like, own the look. So now all of a sudden she's in pretty colors. She's smiling a little bit more. She feels a little bit better. People start to see her a little bit more. I'm like, okay, so now because she got makeup on and cute colors, now we can see her. Okay. Anyway, she then asked her boss to put her on, no longer put her on beauty ads. She wants to work on the beer commercial. Like, right now she can't handle anything in the beauty industry. He like, okay, I'll give you a chance. Okay. We see her get a letter from Zoe, the little girl with the permanent hair. The little girl was stealing the little girl who daddy owned the hair salon. Sends her a letter to apologize for one almost getting arrested and probably for the perm stuff. And so she goes to see the little girl, and she brings the little girl the dress that she was shoplifting. So her and the little girl bonded. It was cute. Her and the daddy get in, and they all it's a whole bonding thing. She's sitting around, the girl try to dress on, they walking around, because the little girl need a whole mother figure in her life. It's a female role model. So they all bonded. Okay, they sitting around talking or whatever. The dad came home and he cooked some food, so she stayed there for the food. They was talking about hair, music, all these, just bonding. And I'm like, okay, typical. We knew that was gonna happen. That's why I said the movie kind of, it was what it was. She's there until like it's dark outside or whatever. So she leaves, and the guy asks her on the date. The date was cute. It was simple. He took us like, I think it was like a botanical garden type situation, like a nature or whatever. And she felt that she was overdressed, and she kind of was for what they were. So she went to the gift shop and kind of relaxed herself. Like, she didn't look perfect. But she got a whole bald head. She got a whole little. She got some flip flops from the little store. A little Rick t-shirt from the store. So now she looked real regular. Okay, not so done up and perfect looking. So throughout the episode, but throughout the movie, we see her teetering between looking perfect and being comfortable in her own skin, and just whatever. So she bring up how how the ex said, being with her for 2 years was like a first date. And you're like, well, that's kind of crazy. He brings up how Zoe's mom could not handle being a mom, so she just out the blue left. So that whole thing, and how Zoe misses having a mom, or misses having some kind of female figure in her life. Cool. He then brings her he has some of his homemade scalp rub, and he rubs her scalp. And it was just, it was a lot. And he says, like, you know what, you can eat it too. And she says, show me. And then he put some on her neck and starts sucking her neck, and they start kissing. I said, well, all up in the gardens? Okay, so now, okay. And now they're dating. So we see a whole montage of her hanging out with him and the daughter, and a whole bonding thing. Okay, so when she brings him to meet her mom, who does not approve, let's say that, because her mom was uppity. I don't know what Phil is. She's, trying. Her mama is also trying to set her up on a date with. I can't explain who he is, but he's a guy. He's an actor. But we see that Vi is also not. Is it Vi or Vivian? I can't call her tonight. I can't write Vi. I don't know. I think her name is Violet here. They call her Vi. Anyway, but she's not fully honest about where she met Will, who she is, or who he is. Because earlier, when they had their first date, her mom asked her, why is he coming to pick you up? And she said, well, I want to keep it casual. Her mom said, oh, that means he don't have a car. She's like, I don't know if he has a car. I'm just going on my first date or whatever. So the mom like, oh, so this is him or whatever come in. So she then it's a whole setup thing, because her mom did not know that she was bringing Will. Her mom invited a guy. So what did y'all meet? What do you do? He owns his own business. We met at business. Not wanting to say, he has his own homemade hair care stuff, and he owns a hair salon. Or hair shop. And the mama being checked, a hair shop. Okay. And it's a whole thing where Will can see that Vi's kind of lying a little bit, or skirting around the truth, or trying to use certain words to make it seem like he's more than what it is, or whatever. So he's defending, and he leaves because he's mad. Look, you have to I'm trying to not fuck up shit for my daughter. And I need you to get your shit together because you can't be out here being ashamed of me and think I'm gonna like be okay with it. So he like, get it together and now I'm out. So he leave. We then see her do like a whole little pitch for her the commercial thing, and she wants the whole positive one thing. The other people want some little the cute guy, some cute women, and all this bullshit. So when the bosses picked the little bullshit thing, even though her pitch was really really good and they liked it, and the boss said, no, it's not broken, it's not fixed. Let's do the whole misogynistic, cute guy, cute girl, offer some beer. Just bullshit basically. So she quits. I'm out, I'm tired. I can't do it. She's at home now after quitting her job, dancing around, having a good time, letting loose, shaking it fast, watching herself or whatever, mystical. And Clint is there, and she did not know he was there. He was there packing up his stuff, thinking she would not be there. So he sees her letting loose, dancing around, being silly, and he's like, now where was this person all the time we was together? What are you doing here? He's like, well, I was packing up my stuff, and I thought you wouldn't be here. Today talking about now, he brings up how he never meant to make her feel like that she wasn't enough. He said, I feel like maybe I found fault in you because I felt like I was never good enough to be with you. Which made her then let her guard down. And then she went, because he was there and he was sweating and stinky from packing. The dog had pissed on him. So he said, I'm going to go take a shower. So while he taking a shower, she goes into the bathroom and gets in the shower with him. And they have freaking nasty sex in the shower. Which he said, you never just have, get butt freaky naked with me in the shower. Over. It's kind of crazy. And then they had that whole thing, butt naked freaky shower sex. And butt naked freaky shower sex is what's good. Anyway, we then see the following morning, she almost gets up early to put makeup on. So she gets up early and she's in the bathroom about to put on makeup. She's like, wait, what am I doing? And she realized, I don't get no fuck no more. And so she then gets up and she goes make food for him. He's like, well, no, you've always taken care of me. And I realized how much you did that once we're not together anymore. So I'm going to take care of you. And so he's making food and whatnot. So it's a whole little chit chat thing. And then he proposed to her. I'm looking like, what? And she said yes. I'm like, what? At this point in time, the movie, I'm tired of even going over it. She said yes, and we see the whole montage of them planning this and planning that. And then when she's getting ready to meet his family, now she's still in Zoe's life. She's still being a female role model for Zoe. So even though she's not dating the father, she's still hanging out with Zoe. So when they're getting ready to go to meet his parents, like an engagement thing, whatever, he asked her, hey, for tonight, can you do something to your hair? And she's like, do what? Because again, it's still short and it's, curly. He says, well, can you straighten it? And then she was like, oh. He said, well, no, just so that he said, and his words was, just so that everything can be perfect. So again, her hair not good if it's not straightened. It can't be curly and be perfect. I'm like, these motherfuckers right here is getting on my goddamn nerve. She looks upset, but she does. She has her mom come over, who straightens her hair, and she's also wearing these uncomfortable shoes that we saw in the beginning of the episode of the show, where the shoes were uncomfortable, but she still wore them because shoes make your feet hurt, but you still gotta wear them. I'm like, girl, bye. Anyway, she's wearing the shoes that's hurt, and she's just feeling stuck because she sees all this stuff, and she's like, I can't believe this. So she goes to down and take her shoes off, and they're like, where is Vi? So her mama, Clint, and her daddy go find her, and they're like, what's wrong? I'm stuck. I can't move because I can't not be perfect, and I can't put these shoes back on because they hurt my feet. And if I go out there barefoot, I won't be perfect. It's so crazy how I'm stuck because I can't be perfect. And then she tells her mom, is like, girl, just put on the shoes and come on. It's like, remember that day when I was younger and at the pool and I jumped in and my hair poofed up and they called me a chia pet? And she's like, yeah, so what about it? She's like, well, you grabbed me after that and you pulled me to the car and we left. Like, she's like, okay. She's like, I wonder what would have happened if you hugged me and told me that I was still beautiful. And you expect the mom to get that moment messed her up for her whole life. And Lynn then said, well, you wouldn't be marrying Clint. I said, this bitch here. Lynn, god damn it, can you ever, you're divorcing Bishop, okay? You was fucking Martin over in Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I mean, Lynn, I needed to stop being that way. In Family Reunion, you was making your other daughter married that abusive man. Lynn, you play this girl. Just stop it, Lynn. Just stop it. So at that point, she said, you know, what you taught me was to be the woman a man wanted, but you never taught me to be what I wanted. And I'm like, oh. So she said, you know what? I feel like I want to go get in the pool. And she walks out, jumps in the pool, lets her guard down, and then she's like, everyone get in the pool, it's great. And then everybody starts jumping in the pool. I haven't been in the pool in 50 years. The old people in the pool. I'm like, her mama and daddy jumped in the pool. Her daddy pulled her mom in the pool, and then in the pool, her Lynn wig came off because of course she wearing a wig. I can't believe, look what you did to me. You have never looked more beautiful. Now the whole the whole movie, she upset with him because he modeled these underwear. So he has all these female fans who are fawning after him because he's his old sugar daddy. Okay, so look, cat daddy, but he still want his wife. Okay, and he kissed her in the pool, and then she in the pool. What's the dude name? Clint looked mad because he done fuck up the goddamn party, and she looks happy, and she just backstroking it out in the pool like fuck y'all. And then the next thing we see is her pitching Will's products to her old job or whatnot, and telling them people, you have that option between things for your hair, and then they walk away, and then Will say, I'm still salty about about things or whatever, and then she said, well, you can't stay salty for long, and then it goes off. I mean, look, the movie's worth a watch. I'll say that. But I mean, I would, if I had to rate it from a 1 to 10, I would give it a 5. Simply because the acting done in the movie was great. Like, they acted well. However, I feel like the story was so predictable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish it was some kind of, I almost wished that she didn't end up with Clint. I mean, Will. And I know there's like other books within the series of this the Nappily series or whatever. So I'm not basing this on what the book said, whatever. I feel like if this was going to be an adaptation of the story, I wish this could have happened. I wished that Clint was a full asshole, and Clint had to realize he had the great thing, and she and Clint could have got married. She still could have been a female mentor to Zoe, and maybe Will married her other friend who wasn't married, her natural hair friend who wasn't married. Not to say that he had to deal with a natural hair woman, but I felt like I was not surprised about anything in the movie. And I think that's why I don't review a lot of movies, because I need to be shocked. Okay, I need to, like, oh my god, I didn't expect that. I expected every part of this movie. I expected every single scene. I knew what was going to happen. And to me, any movie that you can predict isn't necessarily a good movie, even if the acting in the movie was great. If I'm not like, oh my god, I cannot believe that was such a great movie. And I'm like, I knew that was fun. Like when I watched The Best Man Holiday, I had no idea Mia was gonna die. And when Mia said that she was sick, I was like, oh my god. And when Mia died, bitch, it touched me. Nothing in this story, the point of her realizing that she does not have to be perfect and have straight hair, is a great story. I get that. I'm not negating that's a great fact. What I'm saying is, I could have told y'all every part of this movie without watching it, because I knew it. But y'all asked me to review it, so those, I would give it a 5. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, it was good, but it was predictable. It was extremely predictable. Anyway, I'm done. I have to review 2 of the shows, and then it's Sunday night, so I have to do 4 shows today. So y'all will get about, by tomorrow, y'all have between 6 to 8 reviews for me. So yeah. So thank you for watching, Jaybirds. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.
It's like love, 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 and music.